Alchemy is taking 100% control of the iron ore rights there. We already had the base metals rights on that ground on a number of tenements in the Bryah. For sort of interest's sake, this is west of where the DeGrussa copper mine used to be, about 20 or 30 k's west, and it's southwest of where Catalyst Metals currently operates at the Plutonic mine. So we're acquiring the iron ore rights off Kerry Mining, our JV partner, who we've been in joint venture with there for about, I don't know, 12 or so years, for $75,000 in cash and a royalty on production. So it's a pretty low barrier to entry for Alchemy in our view. It's a good deal, and it's a value add for all parties involved, we think.
Tell us a bit about some of these targets on the project.
It has a bit of history actually around this. Alchemy discovered the iron ore enrichment on these areas. One in particular is called Valley Bore, and the other one is called Old Highway back in 2008 and 2009. And anybody cast their memory back there, the iron ore price wasn't so sort of hot. And also at the same time, I think the DeGrussa copper mine was actually discovered. So all hands on deck went to looking for copper exploration after that, and iron ore was kind of shelved in the background until now. So we recently got the ground back as part of the joint venture with Sandfire. The company geologists have mapped banded iron formations back in the day, 2 ridges along, extending 1.5 to 2 kilometres each, called Northern Ridge and Southern Ridge, and then it disappears undercover and continues. Northern Ridge is a prominent ridge about 1.5 kilometres in strike. It's got hematite lenses on it, ranging between up to 20 metres thick. Interpreted to extend along strike to the southwest, we think, in our mapping, and grades up to 61.9% iron, and they are nothing to sort of shake a stick at these days. Very high grade, what is classified as direct shippable ore at those grades. Perhaps more exciting though is Southern Ridge is right next to this. Massive hematite unit, can be followed along strike. It's sort of 800 to 1,000 meters long, ranges up to 100 meters wide in our mapping. High-grade rock chip assays on that, again, up to 65.3% iron. I haven't seen these grades in my career in the hands of a junior, because all these things were mined out years ago. And so, it's just purely because it's been under a JV and handed back at this time. So very exciting. We've also got samples from about 3 kilometers away in isolated pods. Again, like I said, it ducks under cover and then pops back out again. Again, 65.9% 3 kilometers away from Southern Ridge. So it's clearly continuous. It's just a function of doing more work in our view. In addition to that, there's another asset up the road, 8 kilometres up the road, called Old Highway, and that has grades of iron ore sticking out of the ground of 64.09% iron. So very exciting, very high grade, and there's tons of it. And we are surrounded by other people like Sinosteel, I believe, next door.
And Valley Bore, James, I understand, sits on a mining lease.
Yeah, that's right. It's a very big value add for Alchemy, is that it was always on a mining lease for some time. That gives you a really, really sort of big leg up in terms of permitting to get this thing going. It's never been drilled, ironically enough, given the grades are there and the size of these things, never ever been drilled. And that's what we intend to change. The pods of hematite sticking out of the ground, as I said, going up to 65.3, low deleterious elements. It's not always an easy win when you've got sort of high alumina, high phosphate. No, it's low phosphorus, low alumina, low silica. It's a good product. And as I said, I haven't seen too many juniors having these assets under their stewardship. So we're very excited about it. The other thing is it's close to infrastructure. We're 8 or 10 k's away from the Great Northern Highway, major route leading to Port Hedland, or Newman and Port Hedland, and to Geraldton down the road, where a lot of the other iron ore guys are getting going again. So it's very exciting indeed for us.
So James, look, clearly a great opportunity for Alchemy. What are your plans?
Well, we're keen to drill it, Andrew. The Southern Ridge target, as I said, it's got mineralisation 80 to 100 metres in width. It's a nice big blob of iron enrichment. Obviously, sort of 3 kilometres of drilling. It'd be a very large drill program to do. We want to go in with a light touch initially, sort of 1,000 metres, 1,500 metres. We'll drill that pod on Southern Ridge, which is particularly exciting. And you could actually get, some fairly material tons very quickly by drilling, 100 metre space lines, dozen holes, that sort of thing in the initial test. Make sure it goes down at depth and it's not just some sort of surface enrichment, which we don't think it is. And it'll be aimed at testing that area, wide space holes, and also to go and maybe just chuck in a few wildcat holes along strike to really just make sure that those sort of grades that we're seeing, 1,800 metres, 2,000 metres down along strike have some continuity for future work. Having said that, it also just forms one part of Alchemy's portfolio. We've said a few times before with you, we've got Yellow Mountain high-grade copper we want to drill in the near term. That's sort of #1 priority at the moment. Got a $6 million farm in with Jogmec on lithium as well, and that's another priority. and of course our joint venture with Catalyst Metals, which is actually right next door to this one. So there's a lot on the plate for Alchemy at the moment, but we think there's a lot of value levers to pull there in the near term.
Great to see you, James. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Andrew.